You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. You're about to listen to episode 197 of the Rusted Robot Podcast for May 6th, 2018.
You're listening to the Rusted Robot Podcast, the #1 rated robot-related podcast in northeastern Ontario.
Hi, I'm your host, Sean.
It's Josh.
And Shane.
And we're here to bring you some fun-filled information. And we have a special guest today, actually, as well.
Well, sorta. You're going to hear some dog sounds, as I am dog-sitting my father-in-law's puppers. So you're gonna hear Bella and around. But she's being okay right now.
Yeah,
so.
but there might be some tail wagging and some collar jingles and whatnot.
And she's a very excitable dog.
She is. But
She's a good dog, though.
She's pretty.
Yeah, she's a good dog.
She's a pretty dog, and she doesn't bark, so that's nice.
Yeah, she just gets excited, and her tail goes around uncontrollably and smacks things.
Right.
It's a dog thing.
Those are sounds that I probably can't edit out necessarily, so if you do hear them, that's what it is. Okay, so, exciting news. We watched Avengers last week, and we did a little mini clip of it, but this is now time to talk about it, for real. Spoiler-filled. It's been out for a week.
What's that word you use?
Spoilers.
Spoilers. Spoilers. Spoilers.
It's going to pass $1 billion tonight.
So good.
It's only been out, 10 days? Today's Saturday. This comes out tomorrow.
So yeah, it's supposed to pass the $1 billion. It either did last night, or it's going to today. So it has reached the $1 billion mark, the fastest of any movie to date.
It's broken every record there is, I think, isn't it?
Pretty much.
The previous record holder for fastest was Disney's Star Wars The Force Awakens at 12 days.
Ah.
This will have taken either its 10th or 11th day, depending on whether it got it last night or today.
Because the records
Which
on
is
the
yesterday.
websites are not updated.
Well, no, they can't update them that fast. Right?
Exactly. So we don't know as of recording, but we think it's going to do it.
So what we can assume from this is Disney is just raking in the cash.
Yes, give them all of the money.
Yeah.
There are some people that are concerned about, oh, well, what does this movie mean for the rest of the universe? Well, relax. Have you not enjoyed it so far? Well, if you have, shut up and relax. It's going to be fine.
It's going to be fine. Disney, Marvel, they know what they're doing.
Marvel knows what they're doing.
Yes.
I trust Kevin Feige. Disney not so much, but I trust Kevin Feige.
Well, Disney has left it in his hands, and they haven't meddled too much.
Which is awesome,
Yeah.
because they could have, and that would have been really bad.
There are other fronts where they're not doing what they should do. So
I will say this, my new favorite Disney princess is Shuri, because she is a Disney princess.
Right.
She is not a Disney princess.
She is a princess, and she showed up while Disney owned the series. She is a Disney princess.
She's not a Disney princess in that she is not a main character.
She very well could be now.
She could be. I don't disagree. I don't think she's a bad character.
I'm fairly sure in the comics she becomes Black Panther for a while.
Quite possibly. She's next in line for the throne.
I'm fairly sure that she does.
No, she can't.
Why not?
The plants are dead. They're all gone.
Yeah, but I said in the comics.
Yeah. But in the MCU, she can't. There's no more.
Well, it'd be really easy for them to be like, oh, there was this side room that had plants in it. Or like, we had already harvested these ones. It'd be so easy.
Yeah, you can
So
backpedal,
easy.
for sure.
You could backpedal, but
This is
as it stands right now, all of them have been destroyed.
It's a
But-
comic book movie. It's nothing for them to be
So
like,
sh-
oh, look at this thing.
So she's got to be either born royalty or do a great task. And you have to be a primary character of the story to be a Disney princess. She is a secondary character. She is a great secondary character. She's fantastic. And she borders on a main character. But she's not the main character of the story. Because you can only have 2 or 3 main characters in a story.
Yeah. I mean, that's not necessarily true. Look at Infinity War. That was
Infinity
insanity.
War had 1 main character.
Oh, that's true.
Thanos. Everybody else was secondary characters.
And he was great.
I didn't say he wasn't. You're not hearing an argument on that point. I'm just saying he's the main character of Infinity War.
You are correct.
So, yeah. She's not a true Disney princess until she gets her own movie.
Well, I hold out.
Or she becomes like Jasmine is. She and Aladdin are the 2 characters of that movie with the genie as the 3rd. Those are the 3 main characters of that movie.
That makes sense.
Did you know that the Russo brothers considered including the Netflix Marvel TV characters in the movie?
Yes, I saw
should
something
have.
about that, yeah.
Yeah, but according to the article that I read, it was too many characters already, and they're a smaller story, so they didn't bother.
But even just like a cameo or like a mention or just to like see them running around in New York or something, trying to do
We
something.
could have seen a couple of them talking or being together or whatever, and then just having one of them fade away and he's like, "No, I'm the immortal Iron Fist."
Yeah, even if
That
it
would've
was
been awesome.
even if it was just Matt Murdock talking to what's his name?
Iron Man?
No, his friend.
Foggy?
Yeah, even
They're
if it
not
was just
friends
him
anymore.
talking to Foggy.
They're not talking anymore.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, that makes me sad.
Yeah.
Okay, any of them talking to anyone, like Luke Cage and Iron Fist talking, and then Iron Fist just kind of
Yeah.
like that'd be all right.
The one complaint that I heard that I kind of find legitimate is we should have seen more people fade away.
Like regular people.
Yeah. Like the whole end credits could have been overlaid over people just fading.
Oh, that would have been really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Just all of it, just you get your scroll up of the names, right, and just fade away.
Oh, the
away.
names should have faded away in the credits, too.
They did that with the Infinity War part,
Yeah, they did.
but that whole not the big wall of text credits, but the slow credits were showing all the names of the producers and the main
Right.
actors and that smaller section, that all could have been just normal people fading away, and throw in the Netflix people. That would have shown more of an impact.
I just realized something.
Go on.
We're in spoilers territory and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so in the comics, Tony Stark becomes head of S.H.I.E.L.D. for a while, right?
Yes.
Basically, in the end credits scene in this, both Maria Hill and
Nick Fury.
both go up in smoke, right?
We should probably throw a big
Yeah.
spoiler alert at the very beginning of this.
Yeah.
You and your secrets.
So S.H.I.E.L.D. hierarchy's gone. Like, the
Yeah.
two big people are gone. And they're trying to write Robert Downey Jr. at least into a smaller role. I think having him take over S.H.I.E.L.D. would be a really, really cool way to do that. Because, I mean, really, he's the only logical person to take over S.H.I.E.L.D. at this point. I guess Cap could do it, but...
No, Cap's still a criminal.
Exactly. So, Iron Man makes the most sense, and I think that'd actually be really cool if they did.
And everybody likes Iron Man.
Exactly.
So-
Like, we've seen in Homecoming, he makes a really good, like, kind of mentor-y role kind of thing.
He's
So-
good. He's good in small roles. He takes up the screen. He has a big presence.
Yeah.
But yeah, put him in for a small amount of time, and
Yeah, I think he'd be really good. Plus, I mean, you can tell in Infinity War, he's kind of getting older. Like, you can see it in his face and stuff. But
Yeah.
he could be the elder statesman
exactly.
for sure. You still gave it a 10 out of 10.
Yes.
We gave it an 8 out of 10.
Mhm.
Are we still sticking with the 8 out of 10?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, bias-wise, I think it loses a point because it's not a complete movie.
Right.
We knew this going in, but, and no movie gets a 10.
I disagree.
There was very few flaws in it that I could see. I can't think of anything.
There
that,
were no
called me
glaring
out or-
flaws. No.
No, like I said, the only complaint that could reasonably is you don't show enough of the impact of half of people dying.
Well, yeah.
I feel like that'll be in the next one, though. Like, that'll be a big thing.
Yeah, but again, you don't show it in this movie, and we can only judge this movie by itself.
Yeah.
And you can't necessarily bring your kids to it if they're sensitive,
This is true.
because
It's not a small
all your
children's
heroes are
movie.
dying. So
Yeah. It had really good action.
Yep.
It had really good feels. The story was good. The characters were all done amazingly well.
it was over 2.5 hours, but it didn't feel.
No, it felt like it went really smoothly.
It did. It was not a slow movie,
No, it couldn't be. They didn't have enough time.
and still it's 2.5 hours.
And there were nice character moments as well. So
There
Yeah.
were.
Like everybody got good screen time, like we said.
Everyone was written extremely well.
My only other complaint, personal, is the Hulk. The Hulk in the comics is a threat. He is a massive threat. Thanos doesn't want to fight the Hulk.
No.
He actively avoids fighting him
There have been multiple times in the comics where he's actively said, "I do not want to fight the Hulk."
because he's powerful. He's a brute.
right.
And in this one, he's put down like a small child having a temper tantrum.
Thanos has 2 Infinity Stones when he does that, though.
He still puts him down like nothing, yet the group nearly takes him away when he has 4 of them.
Honestly, the only argument I have in that case is he was using the Power Stone at the time, which would put him above the Hulk. But
above and like just putting him down like a kid having a temper tantrum.
He manhandled the Hulk. It was bad.
Yeah. So like,
they needed a reason for the Hulk to be afraid and not to want to come out, because guaranteed in the next one the Hulk will reach like World Breaker Hulk levels where he will just go nuts. But they needed a way to get him out of the game for this one.
And there's only a year to wait until the next one.
Thank God.
363 days.
Even better, unless they change it to April again. But as it stands, what, May 3rd, 2019?
May 3rd.
Hello, Marvel Universe! The Earth Station MCU Podcast is your home for all things related to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Join our debrief as we discuss Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Agent Carter, upcoming and past favorite Marvel movies, cosplay, comics history, toys, games, interviews, and all things MCU. Whether you're a hero or a villain, a new viewer, or have been reading comics since you were a kid, there's something for you on Earth Station MCU.
Okay, so we also saw the trailer for Ant-Man and the Wasp, which just came out this past week.
Mm-hmm.
So, how long have you been Ant-Man again?
Not long. It just sort of happened.
I wish I could fight bad guys like you.
I seem to mess it up almost every time.
Maybe you just need someone watching your back. Hi. Like a partner.
Dr. Pym, I actually heard what happened to you. You opened up the quantum realm. That's when this crazy creepy ghost who like walks through walls and stuff. Stole your tech. And now she wants to take over the world or whatever. Who would have believed that in your hour of need, you would turn to us?
Not me.
Because we robbed you. Do you remember? That's us.
The only chance we've got is both of you. Ant-Man and the Wasp teaming up.
Follow my lead.
She seems more intense.
Go, go.
You go low, I'll go high.
I have wings. Why would I go low?
We're gonna die. I don't want to die. We didn't die.
Hey, what'd I miss?
We were just tiny.
I was partners with Hank on a project called Goliath.
How big did you get?
My record, 21 feet. You?
65 feet.
65.
If you two are finished comparing sizes,
65.
So what do we think about that trailer? Real heroes, not actual size.
I like the last one a lot, so...
This looks like a lot of fun.
And Michael Pena's back.
He's great. Hilarious.
He made the last movie.
He really did. For
I wasn't a huge fan of the last one, but this looks great.
Lots of action.
Yep.
Lots of humor.
It looks like she's gonna upstage him, like, really badly.
Evangeline Lilly as the Wasp.
Yeah.
Yes, that's Kate from Lost.
Yeah.
It's her introduction as a superhero, not as a character.
Oh, the next movie is gonna be Wasp and the Ant-Man.
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, it won't be, but she's
no,
great.
the whole story is going to be between them.
Yeah.
It's going to be them bouncing off each other.
They're dynamic.
Yeah.
I mean, they picked a B-grade villain, so they have to do a lot of stuff between the two of themselves.
Name me 3 Ant-Man villains.
I can't.
Exactly. So
Even the first movie used a different version of Ant-Man as the villain. Like, Yellow Jacket is an Ant-Man suit. It's not even a villain.
I know. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be great.
Oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be funny. It's going to be entertaining.
They're a lot of fun, these movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
they've got it down.
They do.
So long as they don't mess it up.
Mm-hmm. That doesn't look like it from the trailer.
No, it looks fine.
Do you think they'll address anything about the events of Infinity War?
I don't think they will.
Unless it takes place at a different time?
I think it does. I think it probably takes place before or...
concurrent.
Or during, but I don't see that being a thing. I'll see it happening, like, right before.
Because, like, depending on what's happening with... Because we don't know where Ant-Man is in Infinity War.
He was under house arrest.
Yeah.
Well, then it might take place afterwards, because he's out and about now.
Yeah, but I think we would see a lot more... There's, like, rebuilding of the city and stuff like that just in the background.
Yeah, but what city's in it?
New York.
Everything takes place in New York.
Marvel basically just takes place in New York and Wakanda.
But he wasn't in New York.
Place. Thought he was.
Ant-Man was in L.A.
Really?
Was he?
Yeah.
I think we have to go watch some more of the Marvel Cinematic Universe to refresh ourselves.
I think we might.
He's in suburbs and look at the movie. There's no giant skyscrapers everywhere.
I always just assume that Marvel means New York.
Exactly, me too.
Because like 90% of their heroes live in New York.
Yeah, but there's only so many superheroes you can stuff into one city.
Marvel disagrees with you.
Daredevil patrols Hell's Kitchen, right?
Yeah.
Which is 4 blocks. You can stand on the tallest building in the corner and see all of it.
Yeah. You have the Avengers in one city. You have the Fantastic Four in one city. You have...
The Avengers aren't in one city. They're based in one location, but they're everywhere.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like... When they're at home, they are all in New York.
Where are the X-Men based out of?
The X-Men
are New York State.
Yeah, so they're kind of off. Because they want their privacy and stuff, right?
Yeah,
like they wouldn't want to be in the city.
Right.
That would be bad.
Yeah, the house can't be blown up every few months if it's in the city.
Yeah. Then you have the Marvel Knights, who are also there. The Defenders, I believe, are based out of New York.
The Defenders are the low-rent heroes coming together.
Yeah. That depends what group of Defenders you're looking at. Because if you're talking about, like, the crazy Defenders, then you're talking about Doctor Strange, Hulk, Silver Surfer, Namor, I think, is part of the Defenders for a little bit. But they were, like, galactic level. Like, you do not mess with the Defenders. That were terrifying.
I guess we can all say that you have a vast knowledge of comic book lore.
I know some stuff.
You know some stuff. And you, my friend, you're married to somebody who owns a comic book store. Is that right?
I am. It's called Jump City. It's in the 1-1 Mall in the lower level, 38 Pine Street, North Timmins, Ontario, Canada, Earth, Sol.
Mm-hmm. And as we're recording this, today is May 5th. It's Free Comic Book Day.
It is. So, too late for all of you, because this is coming out tomorrow.
Unless you have the Time Stone and you can go back.
Yeah, if you got the Time Stone, just go back. Or use your time travel device of preference.
Right. Phone booth, whatnot.
But yeah, so lots of neat free comics. I helped stamp them up and put them out last night.
Oh, very good. Do you have any comic book news?
I do have some comic book news because I was told to tell you guys this. So first of all, we got Detective Comic 1000 is coming out soon.
1000 is out already?
No.
No.
It's coming out soon.
Oh, soon. So you can probably pre-order it from Jump City Comic Books?
You can. Pre-orders are happening this month, but there is no reordering issue 1000.
Ooh.
So get your pre-orders in now.
Or it's gone.
And once it comes in, they're only going to get like 5 or 6 extras, and that's it. Last time for the Superman 1000,
yeah,
they only got I think 8 extra issues, and they were gone in a day, just vanished. So if you want your Detective Comics number 1000, this is where you want to get.
So go see the girls at Jump City Comic Books to get your pre-order in.
There's also Batman number 50 is on pre-order. Ooh. Again, it's a get it once, and it's not going to be available for reorder.
And what's so great about episode 50?
Issue 50 is the... I am not reading what Julie wrote down for me.
Oh, come on, it's great.
Who's Julie?
Julie is my sister-in-law. She's the co-owner of Jump City Comics at 38 Pine Street, North Timmins, Ontario, Canada, Earth, Sol. So, yeah. Fine. Shane can read what Julie wrote.
The significance of this issue is the wedding that you never thought you'd see. The batrimony is real as Bruce Wayne and Selina Kyle are set to tie the knot in a can't-miss extra-length milestone issue that will reshape Gotham City. All their friends and a few enemies will be part of a comic book coupling for the ages. Superstar scribe Tom King officiates the sure-to-be offbeat nuptials, joined by an all-star lineup of guest classic Bat artists, doffing their hats to the lucky couple in a series of pre-wedding flashback scenes sure to set a romantic mood.
Well, That does sound like something that I should pre-order.
Right?
And I can do that at Jump City Comic Books, I heard.
Yes.
You can.
But this month only, because once it's gone, it's
Once
gone.
it's gone, it's gone. It's
Okay,
done.
all right.
I would definitely get issue 1000.
Yeah.
Because that's a big issue.
That's
a
issue.
landmark, yeah.
And I missed ordering the Superman 1000.
And you are married to a comic book store lady.
Now, fortunately, I missed pre-ordering it.
Yeah.
Fortunately, there were copies on the shelf that I can just go.
Oh, so you scooped it up.
Yeah.
Very
Just
nice.
Put that off to the side.
Because you actually work in the mall where Jump City is located.
I do.
So that's quite handy.
Yeah, I'm always out and about.
All right. So that's our comic book news. What do you got?
Okay, before we move on, when you said time travel, it reminded me of a thing that I saw.
Oh, yeah. Back in the past you saw it?
Yes.
Huh.
Yes. I was just reading up on Infinity War Online and stuff like that, and I saw someone, and they were making a theory, and it wouldn't work. Okay, so in Doctor Strange,
Yeah.
Doctor Strange uses the Time Stone
He
to
does.
create a time loop to trap Dormammu.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. So a lot of people are sitting there going, why didn't he do the same thing to Thanos?
Mm-hmm.
It's physically impossible. It could not happen because of all the other stones that Thanos had. Like the Reality Stone, stuff like that, just wouldn't work.
But when Doctor Strange was laying there and gave him the stone, he said it was the only way.
Yes.
And since he saw the 14 million ways that didn't work and the one that would, obviously this is the way that works.
Yes.
So we know everything's going to be okay in a year.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried.
There are two things in this movie that make me super, super sad.
No.
One, Doctor Strange saw everyone die and still had to give up the stone regardless.
Yes.
So he knew what he was doing.
Right.
Second thing, and probably worse just because I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, Peter Parker felt the death of the universe pretty much, and then felt his own, and that's the only reason why his death scene is drawn out and he's the only one begging and stuff, because he could feel all of it, which is horrifying.
That is horrifying.
Yeah.
I need to see the movie again to pick up all the details and the Easter eggs and stuff. Yeah. But speaking of movies that are coming out this year, Deadpool 2 is only a few weeks away.
Yes.
So what do you think it's going to do against Avengers Infinity War?
Well, there's still 2 weeks left.
Black Panther's still in theaters.
It's true, that came out in February.
Yeah.
You're
There
right.
is a small chance that Black Panther will still be in the theaters when Ant-Man and the Wasp comes out.
Right.
Which means you can have 3 Marvel movies in theaters. Now, it might be at the dollar theaters in the bigger cities, but that's still in theaters.
Is Black Panther still playing here in town?
No, it stopped in town.
Okay.
It's still in, like, when you have the Metroplexes with, like, 18 screens.
Oh.
They're still playing it, and it's still making money.
And there are actually stars who bought out the entire theater just to keep it going.
Yeah.
Even though nobody's in the theater, they bought all the tickets.
That was an original thing. Like, they were buying out theaters so that people could come in and see it who normally wouldn't be able to go see it.
Right, that too.
Like, that was a whole different thing on its own.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, no, it's still going. I don't think it'll still be going by the time Deadpool hits. Especially Ant-Man and the Wasp, I don't think it'll be going.
I think it will be, because you gotta remember, there is the dollar theaters in the States.
Yeah.
And even in Toronto, you can go to the dollar theater.
And there's a thing they have in the States too, called Movie Pass for $9.99 a month. You buy the subscription, and you can see a movie a day.
Oh, that's
for
awesome.
$10 a month. I wish we had that here.
Really cool.
That is awesome.
So, it seems like a loss for the movie theaters, though.
Mm-hmm.
Because like even in Toronto, they have these small theaters that, like, you know, when you build a Metroplex and you're like, we got this spare 20 seat area that we can do something with. Throw a screen up, throw something on, throw it in for $1. They'll still be making money. They might have a chance to have all 3 up.
That would be pretty intense.
The promotional campaign for Deadpool 2 is quite nuanced and fun.
I'll go with fun. I'll sit with that.
Deadpool always is, though.
Okay, there's nothing nuanced about Deadpool. It's always very blunt force trauma.
Yeah. But they do marketing so well.
That's what
they do.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
And they came out with a Celine Dion video for the film, and it's the first English language track that she's released in 2 years.
Really?
Yep, according to the article I read, which you can find on the Facebook page for the Rusted Robot Podcast.
She has a beautiful voice.
She does. We're not going to play the song here because it's long and drawn out, but we will.
Probably copyrighted.
Probably copyrighted.
Oh, definitely copyrighted.
So, yeah, that's bad. But there is a fun scene at the end of the video that I'll play right here.
Celine! That was amazing! That was the most beautiful performance I've ever seen in my life.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
No, thank you. We need to do it again.
Okay. Why?
Well, it's too good. Yeah, this is Deadpool 2, not Titanic. All right, you're at like an 11. We need to get you down to a 5, 5.5 tops. Just phone it in.
Listen, this thing only goes to 11. So beat it, Spider-Man.
God, I should have asked NSYNC.
And it continues to be hilarious.
It does. I don't see how the song fits at all.
It doesn't. It's not supposed to.
I think it's supposed to be ironic.
It's just Deadpool likes Celine Dion. Like, canonically, Deadpool just likes Celine Dion.
Yes, I know. But it in the universe, like, that's fine. But I don't want to have to listen to Celine Dion while we're watching the movie.
That was a beautiful song. I will listen to it if they want me to.
I disagree. I don't like her music.
Oh,
what
voice though?
She is the French Canadian princess.
She really is.
Of crap. I don't know.
Of crap.
I don't particularly like her.
Uh-huh.
Her voice is okay, but I've heard better singers at karaoke.
She's a powerhouse.
She always turns it up to 11.
She does.
She has no choice.
Yeah. No, she has to.
Yeah.
Her vocal cords only work at 11.
That's right.
Yeah, but if you turn anything up too loud, it's just screechy and bad, so...
It's not screechy, are you kidding me?
I could understand every one of her lyrics.
She has the voice of
I couldn't.
What's left to do with these broken pieces on the floor? I'm losing my voice, calling on you.
I couldn't make out half of what she said. Just rah, 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 rah. She sounded like a Charlie Brown teacher to me.
I agree with Shane. She has the voice of an angel, Josh.
An angel who can't sing.
Oh, that's funny.
Tell that to like all of her awards and money and stuff. Tell her
awards
she can't
mean
sing.
nothing.
And her Las Vegas residency.
Yeah, tell her.
Britney Spears has one.
I would go see Britney Spears before I would go see Celine Dion.
She would put on a really good show.
And she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Sure, she's crazy as hell, but who cares?
I mean, aren't they all?
Well, yeah.
But yeah, so like, whatever. It's not the music that I would expect from a Deadpool.
And I think that's the point.
That's the point.
Yeah, but that's...
They went from DMX to Celine Dion.
I don't think this is going to be the new X gonna give it to you. This is not going to be that.
Can you use these tears to put out the fires in my soul? 'Cause I need you here. Whoa.
No, probably not.
No, probably not.
This is more like Wham.
This is more like getting people to talk.
Hey, Wham is awesome.
Yeah, but like that little segment, it was perfect for what they had.
Yeah, that's true.
Like you didn't want to draw that out.
No, you didn't. It would have got old really quick.
This you don't want to draw out.
I don't think they will.
I think they might.
If it is prevalent in the movie, I'll be surprised. I think it's purely a promotional thing.
Yeah, and it's getting people talking about it. Hence, we're talking about it. And this podcast literally goes out to millions of people.
Yep.
So...
Millions.
Millions.
The world over.
Yes.
If you are loving this podcast, you should tell a friend about it.
Spread the word about podcasts you think they would enjoy. There's something for everyone, from entertainment and lifestyle
to news and politics
and more. Share it on social media.
Believe it or not, some people don't know how great podcasts are,
or even how to find and listen to them.
You can help change that with a click. Tell your friends about your favorite podcast.
Thanks for spreading the word.
We can say without qualms that we are listened to across the world.
We are. Yes, Vietnam to Great Britain to Chile to Canada.
Yeah, that's all the hemispheres.
It is, and I know people in Australia listen to it as well.
So we got all the hemispheres.
We got it all.
We have the hemispheres now. We just need the Hemsworths.
We're just gonna leave that there for you.
Oh no! Oh, that hurts.
Moving on.
The trailer for season 2 of The Toys That Made Us came out.
I haven't seen that yet.
You haven't seen it. I'm going to play it as the end song for this podcast because I've been running into trouble playing end songs. So instead of an end song, it'll be an end trailer. But we have watched the trailer and we'll talk about it now. So it's coming out May 25th, so we don't have too much to wait.
Yeah, that's good. I really enjoyed season 1.
Yeah, it was great. And it looks like we're going to be talking this season about Star Trek, Lego, Transformers, and Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
So they focused a lot on Lego in the trailer.
And Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Lego's the of the toys, they're the one that I guarantee most people know.
Yes.
It's Lego.
Who doesn't know Lego?
Exactly.
Exactly, because they're a construction toy. They're one of the few toys that schools were buying. Because, like, oh, it's construction. You build stuff that helps you think, helps you learn, plan things out.
And like, they literally have their figures in everything.
And have you seen any of the toys that made us show already that's come out?
I've seen some of the trailers and, like, snippets and stuff like that. I haven't been able to actually watch the whole show yet.
You should. It's fantastic.
They
fully intend to.
They go into so much history. It's fantastic. It's like a documentary.
It
pretty much is.
Is it almost like a how it's made kind of thing, or is it a little bit more of like the businessy aspect of it?
It's the business behind the scenes stuff. It's the troubles they had making the stuff, getting it to market, all kinds of it.
Yeah, like the He-Man thing, when they did He-Man, it was fantastic. And they're like, oh, well, you know, this guy had so many designs and this and that and da-da-da.
And they give credit where it's due.
Yeah.
And they talk about the controversy behind the characters who actually did the stuff.
Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to check it out then.
Yeah. And on season 1, one of the toys, as Josh mentioned, was He-Man. And did you know they're making a live-action He-Man movie?
I did.
Sweet, Dolph's back.
What?
Dolph, he's back.
Oh, I don't think he is.
What?
No, he might be.
He's got to be in there somewhere. Make Dolph Lundgren Skeletor.
There you go. The relationship between He-Man and Skeletor in the Masters of the Universe reboot is shocking. So the article says here, it seems like the new information about Sony's Masters of the Universe film has been revealed, and the character breakdown seems to suggest that He-Man and Skeletor are brothers.
What?
Yes. It has been a bumpy road for the He-Man film, but it now seems like things are falling into place. It was announced that Aaron and Adam Nee would direct the project, and the script will be by David S. Goyer. In the original comics, Skeletor was the brother of King Randor, and this made him Prince Adam's uncle. The new report claims that King Randor had 2 sons, Adam and Keldor. Keldor is Skeletor's name, and they will be siblings. Orko will be reimagined as a small man who has self-doubts, which hold him back from being a good wizard. Orko provided comic relief in the stories, and it now seems like he may be doing the same in the movie. Duncan, Man-at-Arms, will be in the Masters of the Universe, and his character information seems to be the same as the comics. Teela will be the romantic interest of He-Man. So what do you think about that?
No.
You don't approve?
No. Keep him his uncle, or like you don't make them brothers.
No.
Because first of all, that takes away from your She-Ra.
Yeah.
Because like Prince Adam and oh god, suddenly I can't remember her name. I'm going to be in so much trouble from Katie.
Uh-oh. How could you, Josh?
Adora. Princess Adora.
It took you a moment, but you got it.
Yeah, well, yeah. Because, like, she's mostly She-Ra. Like, that's the interesting character. Princess Adora's okay, but She-Ra. Like, right. I know people have forgot Prince Adam's name, because who cares about Prince Adam?
He's
He-Man.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can't... Because that's a whole sequel right there. Plus, get the girls' market.
Yeah.
You don't ruin that option. You bring in He-Man, he fights Skeletor, and then you make allusions to Hordak, right? Mm-hmm. Then you got a sequel with Hordak coming, and oh, hey, here's the captured Eternian that we took as a
child.
As a child, yeah. And oh, look, it's Allura, and oh, Adora. So, bam, sword of power, sword of protection, She-Ra, He-Man, girls' market, got everything covered. New dolls, new action figures, money, 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 money. You don't ruin that chance.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, from a business standpoint.
I think you need to call the producers. We'll get David S. Goyer on the phone here.
Well, go ahead, call him, because that's a terrible mistake.
Hi, this is Cena Grace, the artist of The Little Depressed Boy, and you are listening to the Rusted Robot Podcast, which, by the way, you should be following them on Twitter and totally subscribing on iTunes.
I don't have his number anymore. Do you still have it?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I think that was my old phone.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, that sucks.
You don't have it either.
I don't know.
No.
We're not on speaking terms.
Oh, damn it. Hey, so earlier this week, DC Comics announced the first bit of information about their new streaming service.
Yes.
And guess what? According to the Hollywood Reporter, a Swamp Thing live-action TV series is officially in development for this service. A piece of official promo art and a title card can be found in the article that I posted on the Facebook page for the Rusted Robot. The project will be co-written by Mark Verheiden, who did Daredevil and Battlestar Galactica, and somebody named Gary Dauberman from It. What?
Never mind.
Okay, so they're going to be they're going to serve as showrunners if the series gets picked up. The Aquaman director James Wan is set to executive produce alongside Atomic Monsters Michael Clear and Atomic Monsters Rob Hackett set to co-produce. And here's the official description of the series. When CDC researcher Abby Arcane returns to her childhood home of Herna, Louisiana, in order to investigate a deadly swamp-borne virus, she develops a surprising bond with scientist Alec Holland, only to have him tragically taken from her. But as powerful forces descend on Herma, intent on exploiting the swamp's mysterious properties for their own purposes, Abby will discover that the swamp holds mystical secrets, both horrifying and wondrous, and the potential love of her life may not be dead after all.
Sounds terrible.
Swamp Thing's a really hard thing, especially as a TV show.
First introduced to DC Comics in the 70s and 80s, Swamp Thing has had a weird history of making it into live action. Most notably, Wes Craven wrote and directed a 1982 live-action film about the character, which was followed by a live-action and animated series in the 90s.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be good.
You don't?
I do not.
If it's just Swamp Thing fighting monsters, I'll be okay with it, but they're going to try to put too much plot into it.
It's not focusing on Swamp Thing. The main character is not Swamp Thing.
It's Abby Arcane.
So we're going to have this whole crap that we're going to have to deal with, like, we're going to be Gothamian. Where's Batman? Right?
Could be.
Because that whole show is based on it's Batman without Batman.
Isn't Gotham bringing in Batman now?
They can't be. He's a kid.
I'm pretty sure they're bringing in Batman.
They might be, because they need to, but unless they did a time jump, they can't, and it's stupid.
I know, season 3, he gets, like, sent off to train with the League of Assassins
he's still
and stuff.
a child.
Oh yeah, no, he's too young. He's 100% too young. But
anyways, we're going to have the same problems as that. We're going to be doing a show where, for the first season at least, it sounds like we're not really going to see Swamp Thing until halfway, 3/4 of the way through, and then it's only going to be hints of Swamp Thing, and then...
I don't know if they'll go that far with it. I think they'll show him a little bit earlier on. I don't think we're going to see him as much as we'd like, but I think he'll be there.
And then Swamp Thing's already a hard enough character to get people interested in, so...
I mean, he's just going to be running around all the time talking about the green. Like, it's not going to be...
So you're not excited?
I'm not excited about Swamp Thing.
You're not...
tentative.
I don't plan on getting the DC streaming service.
Oh yeah, I guess I'm not going to watch it either.
It depends on how much it is.
Well, they're already nickeling and diming us to death with...
Well, I mean, there's a Harley Quinn show that's going to be on there too.
Is there?
R-rated animated show.
Yeah.
Really?
They released a series of title cards. There's going to be the Titans. There's going to
Titans going to suck.
Yeah. Titans, Swamp Thing, Harley Quinn. I think there's one or two other shows. I can't remember them off the top of my head.
Plus, they're going to probably dump in a lot of the other stuff. Like, they're probably going to dump their movies onto the service.
Definitely. Like, all the Suicide Squad animated movies.
All the DC animated movies.
Yeah.
They're going to dump those
There's a lot, and they're good.
Oh, the other one was Young Justice.
Yeah, Young Justice Season 3.
Yep.
If they don't have the Flash TV series from 1990, I don't want to watch. I don't want to get the service.
Honestly, out of everything that's on there, Young Justice is the biggest reason to get the series, because that show was great.
Yeah, and it all depends on what it costs. Like, you give me $4.99 a month. All right, I'll pick it up.
Yeah, that's not bad. Netflix is $10.99.
It'll be less than Netflix.
I don't know what Hulu
because they're not going to have as much content.
Can we get Hulu here in Canada?
You can get Hulu here in Canada, I think.
And there's Amazon Prime, and there's CBS All Access.
There's no reason to get that.
Disney's going to have theirs up soon.
Right.
They're already starting to remove a lot of their, like, the original Disney programming from Netflix. Like, any of, like, the Disney, like, straight-to-DVD movies and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Those are all being removed from Netflix at this point.
So you guys were right. For episode 47 of the Soul Forge podcast, I did do the Star Trek episode. I didn't do the Australian rapper. That's next week coming up.
All right.
But the good thing about Soul Forge 47...
47.
No! Is that Bishop, my son, submitted to an interview all about his knowledge of Star Trek, and we had a nice conversation.
How'd that go?
Not bad. It was slow to start, and he didn't know very much, but he knew some things, which was actually quite surprising. Okay. And he got into the interview as it went on.
So he gets to stay your son?
He gets to stay my son.
Okay.
He one of his quotes in the interview was, "Clearly, we don't watch enough Star Trek, Dad." So I'm like, you're right, we don't. So
You just gave me permission on tape to make you watch Star Trek.
Exactly. So that came out this past week. The one coming up this week here is the Australian Rapper.
Okay.
And
But speaking of Star Trek,
Yeah.
how far have you gotten, Shane?
Oh, I haven't watched any more since the last time we talked about it.
This is sad.
There's been a lot going on.
You've watched 2 episodes, Shane.
I've watched more than 2 episodes. I'm easily on episode 5.
Of how many?
700 and something.
Well, that is a large number.
You don't even have 1%.
Not even close.
Hand over your geek card.
I think.
Oh, I get to keep that card.
It's iffy if you haven't watched much Star Trek.
It's one of the core shows.
Star Trek is a
cornerstone of sci-fi geekdom.
I think my level of geekdom in Star Wars kind of takes
a
little bit off of that.
No, it doesn't. No, this is not the 80s where you argued over which one was better.
Star Wars.
No. Because there was no correct answer, because you have to watch both of them and understand both of them completely, or else you can't make an accurate argument for your side. And if you watched both of them, you would understand you can't compare them.
True.
I can't argue with that, you're right.
Now, you have watched 4 episodes, because you're on episode 5. That's 1/20th. You're at 5% of the first run. You're not even through 5% of the first series.
True.
Yeah.
So you can't be... Your geek card's missing a big section of the test.
Unless your geek card is fully punched with all the holes, then it's not even worth anything.
You got your comic book.
Yeah.
You got your video game.
You got your Star Wars.
Yeah.
Got a lot of the culture down. But you're missing the cornerstone. You got the one cornerstone, you got Star Trek. The other cornerstone, you got Star Wars. You're missing the, keys, man. Keys.
And I bet you haven't even watched any Babylon 5.
It was the dawn of the third age of mankind, 10 years after the Earth-Minbari War. The Babylon Project was a dream given form. Its goal, to prevent another war by creating a place where humans and aliens could work out their differences peacefully. It's a port of call, home away from home for diplomats, hustlers, entrepreneurs, and wanderers. Humans and aliens wrapped in 2,500,000 tons of spinning metal, all alone in the night.
No. You should. It's really good. But it's not a cornerstone, but you really should. It's a really good show.
I've heard good things.
It's fantastic. Yeah. One of the best series ever produced.
Hi, this is Admiral Adama, Battlestar Galactica, saying you're listening to the Rusted Robot Podcast. Think about it.
And now it's time for your favorite part of the episode, Josh. The answer to last week's hypothetical, which was...
So if you can grab any one thing from a sci-fi fantasy universe, and it's got to be something you can actually grab. So you can't say, oh, I'll grab the heart of a dying star, because that would just incinerate you instantly. And you can't say, I'll grab Galactus's control ship, because you can't. It's bigger than you.
Right.
It's got to be something you're going to grab with your hand and pull to you.
Yeah.
What would you grab? Why?
Okay. Do you have an answer, Shane?
Is it assumed that if you can grab it, you can use it?
For example, if it's a weapon or a tool or anything, you can figure it out rather quickly. But if it's something only the Silver Surfer's surfboard, no, you can't use this surfboard. It's an item specific to the individual.
That's not true. It's been stolen before.
By beings much more powerful than us.
That's true.
What about the Sword of Omens from Thundercats? That can only be wielded by Lion-O, right?
It can only be wielded by somebody who's in the line of the throne.
Right.
So if you can marry Lion-O, then you can use it.
Right.
Well, my thought process was like Mjolnir. If I could grab it, would it work?
Are you worthy?
Yes. Clearly.
No, because you think you are.
Hydra Captain America wielded Mjolnir. All you have to do is believe in what you're doing 100% and have zero doubts.
Yeah, that's true, but doubt is really easy to introduce.
Fine then.
I did, by saying, no, you can't.
You know what? I will choose Stormbreaker, because it doesn't have all of those crazy things on it, and it's way more powerful than Mjolnir, so Stormbreaker.
What is Stormbreaker?
Stormbreaker is the hammer/axe that Thor uses in Infinity War.
Okay, at the end.
It's like an upgraded Mjolnir, really. It's just stupidly powerful.
Okay. Yeah. Looks pretty heavy, though.
It's made from the same material as the other one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what you would take. Why would you take it?
Literally gives you all of Thor's powers. Why would you not?
And no, it doesn't.
Okay, it amplifies them. So
It amplifies Thor's abilities.
You're not Thor.
Because it is not Mjolnir. Whoever possesses this hammer shall have the powers of Thor. Thor's got his powers back. They're unlocked from the
That
hammer.
is literally what they say, though. They say whoever wields this hammer wields the power of Thor.
Yes. That's the whole argument for Lady Thor. Even though it shouldn't be Lady Thor, it should be a new hero name.
Yeah.
Because they have the power of Thor. They are not Thor, which is a name.
That goes into the whole Thor, Iron Man, Spider-Man thing where they gave people... Anyway, we're not getting into that.
Okay. So you have no idea what you're going to pick.
Okay. You know what? Fine. I'm going to cop out on this. I'm going to say Green Lantern ring. We'll go that way.
Ring is pretty useful.
I thought of that too, but what are you going to do if you don't have the charger?
Well, I'm assuming that the ring would also come with a lantern. Like, you would grab both.
But you can only grab one thing, he said.
It's one item. They are connected.
No, because you can charge your ring at any lantern. And the lanterns can charge any ring. They are separate items.
Yeah, because I thought of that, but that was why I didn't choose it. I chose the God Gun from Savage Dragon, because every time you pull the trigger, you get a wish.
That is awesome. I have not read Savage Dragon.
Oh, well,
that is a cool weapon.
Right?
Yeah, that works out.
Why would you not just wish to win every time you shoot?
That's probably what you do.
Because I also haven't read that, but...
Yeah, as an item, that's really useful, right?
That is ridiculously overpowered as an item.
Exactly. That's why I pick it.
I mean, I guess that's why it's called the God Gun, but...
Yes. What would you pick, Josh?
Ironically, I was going to go Star Trek.
No kidding.
I was going to grab a portable replicator.
That's a handy item.
Because then I can just use it, because it contains patterns for everything you need.
True.
Including the parts you need to build a fusion reactor,
Mm-hmm.
so you can continue powering the thing.
Yeah.
And also power the world, and I would be a hero to the planet as I have brought free energy.
Very nice.
Bringing about an era of peace and prosperity, where we're post-scarcity, because I can make whatever we need, including more replicators.
Perfect.
Okay, I have one now
I have
that
brought
you guys
world peace.
can't rip apart on me. At least you probably are, but I'm going to try not to anyway. Deadpool's teleportation belt.
Okay.
Teleportation would be awesome.
Teleportation would be awesome, but now what kind of teleportation is it? Because there are two kinds of teleportation. There's move the space around you, the whole section of space around you, from where you are to a new location. And then there's, I'm going to destroy you here and recreate you here.
Like a transporter.
I'm not 100% sure how his belt works.
Because if it's the, I destroy you here and I recreate you here, you're dead.
I don't think
the
we've
continuity
gone into that.
The continuity of self is gone. On the other side, the teleportation where it actually just takes the space you're in and just moves it over there would be devastating, as you would be killing hundreds of people every time you teleported.
And speaking of belts,
because you're displacing actual space, it's collapsing over here and expanding over here.
Yeah.
That will have effects similar to explosions.
Well, I'm assuming that it would just run off of the same logic that does in the comics, and that wouldn't happen.
I would have picked the belt from Star Trek the Animated Series, the life support belt. Have you seen the cartoon?
I have. It's their excuse for not putting them in spacesuits.
Exactly. So you just have a belt and you have a glowing yellow thing around you, so you can just live on planets where there's no air, which would be awesome. Bring your portable environment with you.
Sounds like a really big cop-out.
It was a giant cop-out.
Yeah, you just put a belt on the guy and a glowing yellow around him, and then you don't need to draw a spacesuit.
Saves time, saves money.
It's
like,
pretty cool.
Like in a live-action series, okay, I could see that, because it would cost a lot to like build the suits and stuff like that. But in an animated show, that just seems really lazy.
See, what they did though is this is the old Filmation animation. What they did is they we have a front view of him walking, we have a side view of him walking, we have a back view of him walking, we have him standing, we have him bending over. We use all these preset ones and just stack them up, and there's this scene, and then this scene, and this scene.
Yeah.
All they have to do for space is put an extra cell with a belt and a glowing energy field around him.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Saves money, right?
Was the show good?
No. But it was only 22 minutes.
Okay.
Saturday morning, Star Trek cartoon for kids in the 70s.
Okay.
It is the second worst Star Trek show there is. It's fun because it was more kiddish,
Yeah.
right? But it is not what I would call good sci-fi.
Yeah, it's only slightly better than Voyager.
And there is a crossover.
Is it like Scooby-Doo in space? Like,
kinda. And there's a crossover episode, which most people don't realize is a crossover, but it's a crossover with Larry Niven's Ringworld.
Yes.
Okay.
The slavers from that are from Larry Niven's Ringworld, so the Ringworld universe is related to it, and that's got all kinds of weirdness in it.
I've read a little bit about Ringworld.
Oh,
it seems crazy.
It is fantastic.
Yeah.
But so Larry Niven's Ringworld, we are way off.
Yeah.
But Larry Niven's Ringworld he created a world where it's like, okay, here's my universe, here are the rules of my universe. You want to write in it? Cool, come right in it. So there is a lot of crazy crap happening in his world.
Yeah, so I recommend watching all 22 episodes of Star Trek the Animated Series. They're only 22 minutes long. You can bang through them in a day.
They're the ones... Okay, so you have to watch original series. You have to watch Next Gen. You don't have to watch it to get it. Like, they don't really add to the lore of Star Trek, but they're fun.
Yeah.
So you can skip them if you want. I didn't know they existed until the 2000s, and I didn't watch them until the 2010s.
And I don't even think I've watched all of them, and I own them on DVD.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So they're that good, eh?
They're that good, yeah. So, not that nobody passed away, but I do not have a celebrity death of the week for you.
Actually, I do.
Oh.
I can't remember his name. The man that played the Toxic Avenger passed away in the movie, yeah. He passed away yesterday, I believe.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. Yes, very sad. So now, it's time for top 3 on our fictional list of favorite robots of all time. Who do we have, Shane? Number 3, best robot ever.
Robocop.
Yeah, that's number 3 on our
Detroit
list.
Jesus.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
That's right. Alex Murphy.
He died for our sins, and then he came back.
Murphy, it's you.
My friends call me Murphy. You call me Robocop.
Yeah, he's one of those ones that we had to debate whether they are really a robot, because Robocop is not a robot; he's a cyborg.
He's a cyborg.
And the whole thing is about him retrieving his humanity from the corporate machine.
I'm still not convinced he is a robot.
He's a cyborg.
He's a cyborg.
Exactly.
Robot, cyborg, android. It's the same
we
thing.
agreed to put it in there or else like Terminator would be out because he's the exact opposite of Robocop.
He is.
And so yeah, we included cyborgs. Robocop's fantastic.
Dead or Alive, You're Coming With Me.
Some of the best lines. That first movie is fantastic.
It's great.
It is probably, well, guaranteed it's in my top 5 movies of all time.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I love Robocop. It's rewatchable 100 million times.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Even though I don't believe that he's a robot, so I'm kind of iffy, like, his sheer level of badassery.
Waste makes haste, for time is fleeting.
Oh,
he has to be on the list. He can't not be.
He's top 3 because when I go robots, I'm like, oh, I want to watch a robot movie. Robocop's right up there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If you think robot movies, Robocop's up there.
Don't count on it, chum.
And to the point where he's on the list, and Ed 209's on the list.
Yes.
Like, that series has brought us to the 10.
Yeah.
So...
And don't forget, when we do our number 1 on the list, we're also going to do our own personal top 5.
Yes.
So, make sure you have that list handy.
I'm working on it.
That's what we're going to do. Robocop, 1987, great film.
Paul Verhoeven?
Paul Verhoeven. He's a Dutch guy.
Yeah.
And Robocop 2, I think, was 1990, and Robocop 3 was 1993. Delayed by a year because of bankruptcies and stuff. And it wasn't a good movie, but it has lots of androids in it.
Yeah. I mean, hands down, the first one is the best.
It is
a shining star in the oeuvre of science fiction.
Yes.
Though there are some really funny scenes in 2, particularly when they're like, well, we got these other robot cops that we made. They're all volunteered for it.
Yeah, I like Robocop 2 a lot less. It's not a great movie. It's okay.
It's a good movie. It's not a great movie.
It's not.
But when they dropped down from the R rating, it kind of took away from it.
Well, 1 and 2 were R-rated.
Yeah.
And number 3 was PG.
Exactly.
13.
That's why number 3 just wasn't...
It wasn't good. It wasn't even Peter Weller in the suit.
Yeah.
And then Celine said, okay, I'll come back and be in your Robocop movie, but you're going to kill me off in the first third of this film.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, I've always enjoyed the movie.
Mm-hmm. Top 5.
It's right up there.
It is.
I'd say top 10.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Particularly considering your age. There's the point.
What year were
I
you
don't
born?
think I count for that, though, because I like a lot of movies that came out before I was born.
What year?
I was born in 93.
93. You came out the year Robocop 3 came out.
Yeah.
So, like, considering your age, that means you went back when you're, what, 10?
Yeah.
So, yeah, good to keep it in the top 10.
Yeah.
I think a lot of my favorite movies are probably older than I am.
Probably. Because they made them really good back then.
They did.
And they make good movies now.
They put more time into movies back then, though.
And there was a lot of practical effects before all the CGI took
Yeah.
over, which is great.
I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah. Now they can just kind of like push movies out really fast, which is both good and bad.
Pacing is the big issue that changed.
Yes. Characterization changed a lot, I find.
Yeah.
Like they put a lot more effort into making you identify with characters before. Like, guaranteed if they made the Terminator now, like if they started fresh, it wouldn't have the same effect.
They're going to be making a new Terminator around 2019.
I mean, they make a new Terminator movie every couple of years, but none of them even come close to T1 and T2.
It's because they're trying too hard to build up the next Terminator.
Yeah.
Oh, this one, like, they're like, okay, T1, okay, Terminator. T2, oh, look, we got the liquid metal. Well, we got to do the next liquid metal thing to make it even more dangerous.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Let's make John Connor a Terminator.
Yeah.
What?
We don't talk about that.
Do you know what the best movie would be? A good option? Another Terminator movie. Terminator comes back. Comes up to the guy. I'm here to save you. Oh, you're thinking, all right, this is like T2. The Terminator's out to save the guy. Goes around, protect the guy. And then you find out, oh no, it's the human rebels that are out to kill this guy, because this guy helped design the endostructure that helps Skynet get online. Make it about Skynet protecting a human.
Who would win in a straight-up fight?
Ooh, okay.
Robocop or the Terminator?
Robocop.
That was very straightforward.
Yes, a Robocop has the single greatest advantage over the Terminator. So the Terminator, once you strip away his flesh, weighs in at about 160 pounds. He's heavy, but not that heavy.
Okay.
Sheer mass advantage goes to Robocop. Tactical advantage goes to Robocop.
Speed goes to Terminator.
Speed definitely goes to Terminator.
Does it?
Yes.
Have you seen the Terminator actually move?
Have we seen him run?
No, we've never seen the Terminator run.
The T-1000 runs.
T-1000 runs
Yes.
like a bat out of hell.
Right. Oh, if we did the T-1000 versus Robocop, T-1000 wins hands down. That's not even fair.
But no, it goes to Robocop because of his weapon advantage. He's never disarmed.
Okay, think about this though.
And his hacking spike.
Ooh, the hacking spike.
Gets you every time.
Does he have a port? He must have a port.
The Terminator?
Yeah.
Yeah. Back of the head.
Okay, so assuming that they're both existing in the same universe.
There's a whole comic about this.
And a video game.
Which is another reason why I wanted to ask you guys. Because there's so much there. The Terminator canonically has information on every weapon system that has existed up until the point where it's made. So, wouldn't Robocop and all of his information also be in there?
No, because Robocop isn't a weapon system.
That's arguable.
Robocop is not a weapon system. Robocop is a police services, I don't know what you'd call them, but product.
No one compares to Alex Murphy. Half man, half machine, all badass.
Yeah.
He's OCP. He's not a military weapon.
Private company.
He belongs to OCP. So he wouldn't be in any of those records. Also, because of the canonics, they don't come from the same universe.
No.
So if they are meeting, it's because timelines have crossed, and the Terminator did something to trigger the Robocop universe.
Yeah.
So they're fighting. It's going to be he doesn't know anything about what Robocop can do.
I'd love to see
also,
this movie.
Wouldn't it be great?
The Terminator misses a fair amount of time.
Yeah.
Robocop does not miss that much.
Nope.
His accuracy is in the 80% compared to like 30% for the Terminator.
Robocop's made to lessen structural damage and stuff like that around him. Like, he's meant to be shoot once, don't shoot again. Whereas the Terminator doesn't care. He has a minigun, and he's just going nuts.
Yeah, but because the Robocop has the advantage. They'll walk towards each other. They'll pull out the pistol. He's going to grab whatever, his shotgun. Robocop has proven he's immune to small arms fire.
As long as you don't hit him in any...
His face is over a robot. They put his face onto a robot skeleton.
This is true.
That's not a human skull in there. That's a human face.
Mm-hmm.
Which is super creepy.
With some brain goop in there. But
It is super creepy.
But I think you're right. They made an Alien versus Predator movie. I think they could do a Robocop versus Terminator movie.
That would be so amazing.
And that would be awesome, and I would love to see it.
Yeah. I don't even care if it's horrible, just the action is good.
Yes, that's correct.
Like Freddy versus Jason was a horrible movie, but it was just fan service all over the place. And that's really all it needs to be.
Precisely.
So that has been episode 197 of Rusted Robot Podcast for the May the 4th Be With You weekend.
Free Comic Book Day weekend.
Free Comic Book Day weekend. Go see the movie Selfie from Hell to take some of that Avengers money away. I'm kidding.
Ow, Sean, ow.
I know, that sounds horrible.
It looks bad.
It looks terrible. But anyway, that's the end of the show. Thanks for being on it, you guys, once again. Please leave a 5-star review on the
podcatcher of your choice.
Share the links that I post in the Facebook page. Go listen to Soulforge Podcast, soulforgepodcast.com. And remember, life is like arriving late for a movie, having to figure out what was going on without bothering everybody with a lot of questions, and then being unexpectedly called away before you find out how it ends. This has been another episode of the Rusted Robot Podcast. You can contact us by emailing therustedrobot@gmail.com or tweeting us at therustedrobot. Visit our website at therustedrobot.podbean.com. And, if you would, please check us out and like us on Facebook. A 5-star review in iTunes is appreciated. The Rusted Robot Podcast was written, produced, scored, edited, engineered, and directed by Sean Vanderloo. Your co-host was Josh Montney. Don't forget to visit Jump City Comics in the 101 Mall and listen to our other show, the Soulforge Podcast. Visit Sean on Twitter and Instagram at Darth Vaderloo.
The Rusted Robot Podcast. Think about it.
Every now and then in my office, I still find myself doing that.
It opens a door to a whole other world.
Lego is a part of everybody's life.
Robots in disguise, more than meets the eye. To me, it's genius.
Not exactly a warp speed, but it'll do for a kid in the 70s.
I'm a crazy Hello Kitty lady.
They have lunch boxes, stickers,
Thermometers, paper shredders,
the shoulder massager.
Or, as reporters would refer to it, a Hello Kitty vibrator.
Business was really tough.
When Star Trek first went on the air, it was not a toy phenomenon right away.
They just put Star Trek stickers on and then repackage it.
They were toys I wouldn't buy. Oh my God. It just wasn't good product.
Lego had the first loss in company history in '98. $220 million. Lego almost went bankrupt.
The licensing situation was a real mess.
We bought Star Trek for an advance and guarantee of $5,000. We did over $50 million in Star Trek business.
We went from these rough toys to almost model quality.
We all knew it was going to be big, but then it surprised us. It was bigger than we thought.
Hello Kitty has been always #1.
In 2014, Lego became the largest toy company worldwide.
Timing is everything.
Welcome to the toy industry.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping through Amazon.com or the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.